Hi guys, Ramsey here. Welcome to another video. Tonight actually, not today, we are doing another unboxing. Now, this is the kind of stuff that, again, I've told you guys many times that I would do on my own. Over the last couple years, year or two, the Duck and I have conversed many a times over fragrances that I've purchased. I just never had a channel to share with you guys because well, quite frankly, I thought that the enjoyment of fragrances was something to be enjoyed for myself, and that was pretty much it. But I'm finding that I am actually really enjoying sharing this stuff with you, stuff that I would have done basically anyways on my own. I'm not buying these for the channel. I'm buying them because, this is kind of my fragrance journey, and now I've been documenting it over the last month and a half or so. So I hope you guys enjoy this. There are 3 very special fragrances in here. This guy took literally over a month to get this to me. He held my money for a long time before it shipped. So I hope that he's not jerking me around here, because I will put him on blast. And he is a base noter. So let's get this bad boy open, shall we? I got my trusty knife that can cut through anything. And here we go. Let's see what we get. So this is a base note buy, and basically, in a nutshell, the reason that, oh wow, look at this packaging. Dasani bottles in there to make sure it doesn't move around. High class. Okay, give me 1 second here. Let's get this crap out of here. Unbelievable. Okay, here we go. Look, he even put my name on there. How nice of him. Alright, so we've got 3 packages, and an extra bottle. Jesus. Okay, let's see what we get. So, 2 of these are vintage formulas. And 1 is just very hard to find. So what I did is I got a bundle. I ended up buying a bundle pack. Now, I will give you guys a tip, something that's worked for me over the last few years collecting these fragrances. Especially vintage and harder to find fragrances, is if I find somebody that has multiple fragrances that I want, what I will do is I will offer to buy 2, 3 fragrances at a time if they will give me a discount. So I'll negotiate. I actually just did that with the old Benetton colors for men. They had them at $25 a pop for 15 ml. I said, hey, if I buy 2, will you give it to me for 20 bucks each? And they said, sure. So sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. But if you're patient, if you're willing to say, hey, I'm not going to buy it if you don't give me a better deal, and just be willing to walk away, that's a lot of times how I will try to save myself as much money as possible. So this is the first one. This is Amouage Opus XI in the tester bottle. And again, I don't care if it's a tester, as long as it's authentic. And there it is, Opus XI. This is a creation by Pierre Nagrin. There is a batch code on the bottom, but I'm not familiar with this series, so I can't really say whether it is supposed to be like this or not. And of course it won't focus and it's black and it's hard to see, but there is a long list of numbers down there. It does say made in Oman. It smells like an Amouage, so I'm guessing this is legit. You can see the juice is used a little bit. It falls to about right here. But these library collection, this is the first full library collection bottle that I sprang for. And again, I got a good deal on this, more than half price off of what they're going for on the Amouage website. So I don't know if I'm going to try this one today, because there's 2 others that I want to do a first impression on more than this, but maybe I'll do a first impression on this tomorrow. And the reason that I ended up going for this blind is because this was one of Persolase's top picks for the year 2018 is when it came out. I think it came out at the end of 18, so he put it on his top picks for 2019. And I really trust Persolase. Persolase is one of the people that I highly respect in this hobby, if you will. I respect his nose, and our tastes are very similar. They're very aligned. So when he said he really liked this, even though it was synthetic oud, I decided I would go for it. It's basically marjoram at the top, oud in the middle, styrax and leatherwood in the base. So it's a pretty simple combination, but what he said is that this is one of Chong's last fragrances, by the way, before he left, I believe. And he said that this is a synthetic oud, but it's done very well. You know, synthetic ouds can be done well, and this is one that is done well. So, Amouage Opus XI. Stoked to give this a try, but I think I'm going to hold off on this until another video because there's two others that I want to try even more. So let's put this back in the box, back in this beautiful tester box. And let's move on to the other ones here. So the other ones are Serge Lutens, and they're in the vintage form, and they're in the vintage presentations. And the reason that I got these is because I'm only collecting the Serge Lutens in the vintage presentations. In fact, the one Serge Lutens in the modern presentation that I wanted, La Couche du Diable, it's only in the new presentation, and I did not want that. I wanted the older presentation, like these, which they don't make. Oh, and of course the sticker came off. Beautiful. But this, I'll tape this back on or something. This is Rousse by Serge Lutens in the old packaging. As you can see, it's a partial, but these older bottles are getting harder and harder to find. This is a big cinnamon fragrance. And it is a cinnamon amber fragrance with big cloves and resins, and I wanted the older packaging. I'll just have to get this sticker to stay. And as you can see, this is a Palais Royal version. You can see from the design right here, it's not the new Serge Lutens symbol, if you will. And so I'm gonna have to put this sticker back on at some point here. But I think I'm gonna test this one, and I'm gonna test this other one right here, which I'm very excited to have. You'll know as soon as I show it to you. If you're big into this game, you'll know how outrageous the prices on these bottles are going. Again, I ordered this almost a month and a week ago. The guy took absolutely forever. I got so mad that I basically threatened him with terrible feedback if he didn't give me my money back or send it immediately. And, oh, okay, here we go. Here's the second one. Fille Aiguilles. Oh, yeah, I can't wait for this. Look at the color of that juice, baby. Oh, it is beautiful. Oh, I gotta spray these. All right, let's give first impressions on Fille Aiguilles. Come on, Serge, don't let me down. This was Rich Mitch's Christmas scent this year, and it's supposed to be like a big pine, smoky, almost like a pine forest on fire. Oh, that's good. That's really good. I really like this a lot. Just from first spray, first smell. I really like the resins underneath. It feels like there's this big resinous undertone, you know? dried fruits, smoke, almost like there was a fire in the pine forest, but it was snuffed out. Vetiver undergrowth, beautiful. This is definitely a winner. And as you can see, this is the one that has more juice in it that I cared most about. This one kind of got thrown into the deal as a package deal. I got a good deal. I got all three of these for less than what Amouage is selling this for new. So, you know, sometimes you got to kind of take what you can get. Let's spray Rousse, and let's let this settle down for a second. Let's see what we get with Rousse. That's good too. This cap's kind of weird. It's not staying on. Rousse is a cinnamon, clove, resin, amber, mandarin orange, and cedar fragrance. There's a brand new one in the bell jar on eBay I saw earlier for almost $300. So even though this is only a 50 ml, and the label just fell off, you can see where it should be right now. It is yeah, both of these will get wear with me for sure, but especially this Fille and Aiguilles. Oh, that's getting so much better even. That coniferous pine is starting to come out, it feels like. This balsam fir pine accord. It almost smells sappy. I think I heard someone say that. Almost like this, almost like you stuck your hand in like a wounded tree with just sap dripping out of it. And the tree used to be on fire or something. Wow. I could see why this is commanding big money, but don't pay $300 for a bottle of just this. I mean, I paid $400 for all three of these. So if you're going to get more in the deal, obviously, then, you know, you can pay up a little bit more. But yeah, don't pay $300 just for a bottle of this. That's outrageous. Just don't do it on principle. But I can see why these older bottles are going for what they're going for. By the way, you can see the difference in the Serge Lutens logo. That's the newer logo right there, the S and the L, and then that's the Palais Royal sticker right there. It looks like the gates of a palace. It says Paris underneath. So that's how you can distinguish older Serge Lutens bottles versus the newer ones, even in the, you know, older presentation. And let's see what these are doing now that we've let them dry down a little bit. I feel like I've smelled, Rousse smells very similar. It smells familiar to me. In some interesting way, I don't think I've smelled any of the fragrances it's compared to. I've never smelled 5 o'clock Au Jambre. I've never smelled Low by Diptyque. But it smells, you know, very familiar. I think this would be, this Rousse would be amazing on a woman, personally. I get this big orange tangerine that's really sticking throughout the beginning of this fragrance. Very, the cinnamon almost smells like, it almost smells like, you know, when you're a kid and you grab like a handful of Red Hots at the theater. It almost has that, like, you know, you bite into the Red Hots and you get that like heavy cinnamon hit. It feels like that, but with this orangey resinous thing going on underneath. Maybe there's benzoin. But it doesn't feel super, it doesn't feel super sweet either. The cinnamon is there, but it's not disgustingly sweet, which I actually really like. That's one thing about Christopher Sheldrake's creations, is they never go into that new school sweet masculine thing that these designer brands are starting to do. Even though this Rousse is a sweet, cinnamony fragrance, it almost feels like they took Red Hots and just, drenched this benzoiny resinous thing, or honey, or some sort of resin over the Red Hots, and just like smashed it together into they created like a sludge out of it. Both of these have this, sappy sludge accord. This has sap, the Fille Aiguilles. This has sap accord in it. I really like that. This is my favorite of the bunch. Hands down. Absolutely, this is my favorite. But this is no slouch either. Rousse is very interesting. I don't hear anyone talk about this. I heard Rich Mitch talk about this the other day in his Serge Lutens video. I really, really like this too. I'm glad both of these are winners, because sometimes Serge Lutens are hard to wear. My favorite Serge Lutens, like Rich Mitch, is Ombre Sultan. I think that is the reference amber, spicy, amber that you can create. I don't think there's anything that could top that. But then I also really like Chergui, which was a Fragcom hype beast in the old days. But not many people talk about Chergui anymore. I love Chergui. I'm in love with Chergui. Those two, either way, Ombre Sultan or Chergui, I just get this, I just get put in this mood. Serge Lutens put me in this mood, this very confident mood, like I'm wearing something very special. And I feel like these feel exactly like that. The cinnamon in this is amazing. It is knocking me out. I really like the cinnamon and spices. God knows what other spices are in here that aren't listed. It just feels like this spicy bomb with cinnamon, but not spice bomb, of course. It just feels like it's like you walked into your grandmother's spice cupboard, but then it's also this, resinous, sticky, sweet thing that, you just took this honey over cinnamon, Red Hots, but then maybe you grabbed like a handful of allspice, or just like, how your grandma would have this patented spice blend that they would put on like a certain meat when they were cooking. And even if your aunts or uncles asked for the recipe, they would never get it. It was like their patented spice blend. That's what it feels like. It feels like, Rousse feels like you took a Red Hot, crushed it up, made it into a goop, poured honey and resins all over it, and then just grabbed a handful of your grandma's patented spice blend of allspice and nutmeg and just went and threw it on top and mixed it all together. It's amazing. I really like that. And Fille Aiguilles. I actually own a fragrance from imaginary authors that I don't think I've talked about yet on my channel called, it has this giant strawberry note in it. Let me see if I can look it up really quick. Cape Heartache. It's called Cape Heartache. And that fragrance has this coniferous pine incense thing going on, but with a huge dose of strawberry in it. And before I got a chance to smell Fille and Aiguilles, I will tell you that I saw a lot of people on the internet comparing those two. They said, oh, if you have this, you don't need that. If you have that, you don't need this. Cape Heartache is a good fragrance. That strawberry accord is very unique. If I ever do like a top fruity fragrances, that Cape Heartache would be in there. But it has nothing on this. This is mature. This is knowledgeable. This is mysterious. This is somebody who's been around the block and has some weight behind their name. Like their name really means something, you know, when they speak. Cape Heartache is like it's like a playful fragrance that, you know, you would wear. I don't even know where you would wear it. I can never think of a good time to wear it because it has this pine woody thing going on, kind of like Fille and Aiguilles, but then this giant slug of strawberry, this sweet strawberry in there. And I normally don't like sweet fragrances. It reminds me of a sticker that I used to have when I was a kid. Like when I was in first grade, I had this scratch and sniff strawberry sticker that was stuck on my pencil box. That's what Cape Heartache reminds me of. It's very playful, you know, very, you know, you think about the times when you were a kid to me, but this is completely different. So those are not comparable at all. This is the superior fragrance, hands down. I can tell in the first 10 minutes. Oh, it's so good. There is this like this raisin-like dried apricot thing coming through as well that adds a little bit of depth to it. This fruitiness. Very good. Very well done. I don't know the year these were done. I just know that I am so glad to have the older presentation, even though there's not much juice, even though I might blow through these. They're only 50 ml. That's probably only 40 ml worth of juice right there, or 35 ml worth of juice. And that's probably, well, I'm sorry, this is probably like 25 ml worth of juice, 20 ml worth of juice. This is like 40 you know, ml worth of juice right here, the Fille and Aiguilles. So I'll probably blow through these. You know, I won't be able to afford a backup bottle. That was a lot of money for 3 fragrances. But these were so important to have in my collection. I was so glad I was able to get them. I hope you guys are enjoying these first impressions. This is usually something that I would do on my own. Just, you know, before I go to bed, instead of just wearing a fragrance all night that I get in, or instead of putting it on a blotter and not really understanding how it develops, I like to put them on skin. So I wear my fragrances throughout the day on the tops of my hands, and usually on the inside of my collars, on the inside of my collarbone. And then at night, I'll do my wrist, and if there's another fragrance, I'll do the inside of my arm. But I think I'm going to save the Amouage. My nose is pretty shot after a Bortnikov all day and 2 heavy surges. I'm going to wait on the Amouage. I might do that tomorrow night. But these are awesome. Obviously, this gets love. It deserves it, but so does the Rousse. I'm really, really enjoying that one as well so far. Christopher Sheldrake does amber so good. Amazing. Amazing stuff. So if you guys have experience with these, please let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts. If you guys want me to continue doing these first impression videos, let me know. You know, it's something, like I said, I've kind of done naturally, but now I'm trying to do it for you guys. I have to kind of let the fragrance process a bit, so there's a little bit more downtime. I'm not as prepared, but this is just kind of what is coming to my mind. So I hope that this has been helpful. I enjoy interacting with you guys, and cheers. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another fragrance video. Goodbye.